You know, the news just days ago about Air India flight AI-171, it really it hit hard.
Yeah,
Talking about that Boeing 787 Dreamliner crash. It was Thursday, June 12th, 2025.
just moments after takeoff.
Exactly, from Ahmedabad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, headed for London. But the really devastating part, and our sources really highlight this,
hmm
the impact wasn't, contained to the airport. It was right into a residential area.
Awful.
It just immediately makes you ask, how? How does something like that even
The
happen?
human cost is just,
Oh,
it's staggering. The initial reports, they detail it quite clearly.
yeah.
Out of 242 people on board, that's passengers and crew, 241 lost their
Oh my
lives.
God.
Just one confirmed survivor from the aircraft itself.
Hmm.
And then, beyond that,
The ground impact.
yeah, exactly, several fatalities and injuries among people
Yeah.
just in that residential area.
Unbelievable.
Mercy services, they were there incredibly fast, launching rescue and relief. But yeah, this sent shockwaves across the nation, no question.
It's unimaginable, truly. And as that initial shock maybe starts to settle just a tiny bit, the focus really shifts, doesn't it?
It has to.
To understanding what on earth happened here. And that's really where this deep dive comes in, pinpointing those first crucial findings, what the immediate priorities are for the investigators.
And speaking of crucial findings, when you have a disaster like this, the cornerstone always is the black boxes.
Right. The recorders.
Yes. And what's actually quite significant here, according to the sources we have, is how quickly they managed to secure both of them.
Both the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder.
Both of them. And look, that doesn't always happen so fast. It really says something about, well, modern crisis response.
That swift recovery, that's a huge deal, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Because for an audience like you listening in, these aren't just simple tape recorders. Can you maybe unpack that a bit? What exactly do they capture, and why is getting them back so quickly just so critical? What are investigators hoping for in those first hours?
Right. Well, think of them as the ultimate witnesses, really. You've got the flight data recorder, the FDR.
Mm-hmm.
That thing logs thousands of parameters.
Yeah.
We're talking engine thrust, flap settings, airspeed, altitude,
Yeah.
every tiny control movement. It's the full technical picture second by second.
Wow.
And then there's the cockpit voice recorder, the CVR. That captures all the sound in the cockpit.
Pilot conversations.
Pilot conversations, yes, but also alarms, engine noise,
Mhm.
interactions with air traffic control, everything.
So together.
Together, they let investigators build this multi-dimensional reconstruction of those final critical moments. It's like a mosaic of sound and data.
Mhm.
It helps piece together the exact sequence of events.
And the speed of recovery.
That means the data is less likely to be compromised, by fire or water damage or just environmental factors. It accelerates the whole investigation.
Okay, so they have these crucial pieces. But what about the scene itself, especially hitting a residential area? What are the immediate challenges there? Are they looking for anything specific right away, even before downloading all that data?
Precisely.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ground impact in a residential zone, that's immensely challenging.
I can imagine.
It complicates securing the site, collecting evidence, obviously, but it also provides immediate visual clues. Investigators, they'll be looking hard at the debris field.
How it's scattered.
Exactly. The dispersion pattern, how fragmented things are, any signs the aircraft broke up before impact versus, just the force of hitting the ground. They'll also gather eyewitness accounts. Those always need very careful checking against the hard data.
Of course.
So yeah, while the black boxes are absolutely paramount, these initial site observations can sometimes give early hints, maybe power loss, a control issue, even potentially a sudden structural failure.
Yeah.
It helps guide the initial direction.
And this being a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, a very modern aircraft, that must add another layer, right? How does the complexity of these newer, highly integrated systems affect the investigation compared to, say, older planes? It's way too early for conclusions, obviously, but
That's a really important point. What's different now, you see, is the sheer volume of data beyond just the black boxes.
oh, right. The plane itself generates data.
Exactly. Aircraft like the Dreamliner, they produce just incredible amounts of diagnostic information. Some of it might even be transmitted in real time or downloaded later.
So it's not just the two boxes?
Not entirely. Investigators can potentially tap into this vast network of system monitoring data. It's kind of a double-edged sword, though.
How so?
Well, more data gives a more complete picture, definitely. But it also means sifting through just a mountain of information to find that one critical piece, that needle in the haystack.
Right. A huge analytical task.
It is. But every single incident, no matter how tragic, forces an evolution. in how we understand these complex systems and ultimately how we improve them.
It really is incredible the level of detail they